With that being said, happy to be joined by Coach Joseph with Grambling State. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Doing great, Coach. Coach, if you could please start us out with an opening statement recapping your team's most recent outing versus Tuskegee.
Well, it wasn't clean for 60 minutes. We thought we played a good maybe 15 minutes, maybe of good football the first half. We didn't play well with the middle eight when we talked to the team about it this morning before we went out to practice. About the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, we thought we did well. The third quarter, the first 4 minutes, we didn't play very well. So we got to do a better job. I got to do a better job as a head coach. My assistants got to do a better job as assistant coaches, and the kids got to do a better job of of dominating the last 4 minutes of the second quarter and coming out after halftime and getting ready to go. And it was a 37-3 or 37-10 at halftime. And we came down. We didn't play very well the second half, but that's on me. We will get fixed.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. We've got several questions already in the queue, so please limit your questions to one initial question. First question goes to Perry Daniels.
Good morning, Coach.
Perry, how you doing?
Super fantastic. Congratulations on your first victory as the Grambling State University head football coach.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And it was a wonderful feeling for me and my family. For the coaches, for the kids, for everybody that's involved in the organization. It was a great time out there.
Talk about the environment of being in the stadium, having them in the hole and winning that game.
Well, it was a great crowd. It was a great crowd. It was a good atmosphere. The students came out. We had a lot of students out. The band was playing. We got a brand new school. The atmosphere was there. We just got, like I said, we need that same energy every home game, but it was wonderful.
Next question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everybody at Grambling State University are well. Talk a little bit about the offensive side of the ball, the production there, getting that victory, and congratulations, by the way.
Oh, James, thanks a lot. I thought the offense for us putting the ball in the air, I thought we threw the ball well. We didn't run the ball the way I thought we should have ran the ball. We got to do a better job of getting a hat on a hat. We got to do a better job in protection. But we have some explosive kids outside the box, so we know if we get the ball in these kids' hands early, now we got to tackle the throw. So we have faith in our kids that they can win one-on-ones out in the perimeter. So we got to continue to do that, but we got to do a better job on offense of running. Establish the run. We have two of the best backs that's in the league. When you talk about Bull and you talk about Trey, they're two big time backs. So we got to do a better job up front, getting the hat on the hat to get those guys going. You got to be able to establish the line of scrimmage in a game of football, in the football games that you need to win.
Thank you, Coach. Have a blessed week.
You too.
This question goes to Doc Holliday.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing? Congratulations on your first win in SWAC.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate you, man.
Anytime. I want to talk about the second half where you were up 37-3 at halftime, but in the second half you went scoreless. What are some things that you want to try to remedy for the next game coming up this coming weekend?
Well, first of all, we got to cut down on the bonehead penalties. Some penalties. I think we talked about the holding. The offsides, the pass interference, the hand to the face mask. We can fix all that, but when you get unsportsmanlike conduct, you get a personal foul, that's selfish, that's on you. You got to fix that. And so we're going to put that in the kid lap when they get those things. And, you can run until you're blue in the face, but it comes to a point where when they get them, you got to really sit them down. So we got to clean that up, and then we got to be more productive in the second half. Coming out, 37-3 and not scoring the second half. That's the stuff we talked about the middle eight. We went flat the second half. And I thought, we tried to talk to him about the game being over, but I don't know if they've been up like that in a while. We got to finish the game, and we'll clean that up and we'll fix that part. But we got to keep working. We got a lot of work to do. Like I said in my press conference, I don't think we're a very good football team right now, and I got to do a good job as a head coach to get us where we need to be. But right now, we're just going to keep working, look towards Texas A&M Commerce.
You just answered my second question, but I appreciate you for doing that. And you have a good one, man.
Okay, you too.
Next question goes to James Hill.
Coach Miles Crowley, talk about his production and what you were able to see in that young man throwing the ball around.
Well, I thought he managed the game well, just like I thought he managed the game well against Lafayette. I thought he hit some big throws, also just looking at the film yesterday and today with him, he understands that he missed some throws. So, my thing is with Miles, if a quarterback want to play on the next level, you can't miss throws. You can't miss the throws, especially throws us for touchdowns. But I'm happy with Miles' play right now. Miles is doing he's scoring over 95%. But me, I'm a perfectionist. I want him to hit every throw, and I think he should see every throw. And if he reads it, it's open. So, Miles got to continue to do that. I told him he's got to put more pressure on those guys around him and his guys up front. He's got to put more pressure on them because I told him at the end of the day, after press conference, they're gonna ask for two people. They're asking for Mickey Joseph and Miles Crowley. And so he understands that. We're not looking for new friends. We're looking for somebody just to help us execute and help us win games.
Question goes to Perry Daniels.
Coach, if you could talk about the upcoming opponent, Texas A&M Commerce.
Well, it was a team that went 1-11 last year, and they did the same thing we did. They flipped the roster. They got some really good players in there right now. We got on them yesterday. Our GAs and analyst guys been on them for a week, but we'll meet today and talk about them today. But it's a very good football team. They went to the West Coast twice. They went to play San Diego State. They went UC Irvine. So they're a really good team. They 0-2, but when you got to jump time zones, and especially going west, east don't hurt you as much. I think going west because everything's later. So and then when you get back, everything's earlier. So I think that that probably affected them going back and forth. But now they home. This their first home game. It's going to be a live atmosphere. But they're a very good football team. They're well coached. They got some transfers in there. So they play multiple people up front on the offensive line. They press coverage with the corners. So overall, they're a better team than they were last year. And the 0-2 record don't let you know who they are. If you look at that 0-2 record, you can say, "Oh no," but they're a good football team, and we need to prepare for them, and they need to get our A game.
Next question goes to Kendrick Marshall.
Yeah, Coach. You mentioned you're a perfectionist, and you mentioned that your football team, as of now, hasn't played up to your standard. What signs will you look for to let you know that your team is kind of turning the corner and playing the way you want them to play?
The first thing we got to do, like I said, we got to cut down on the bonehead penalties. We can't have stupid penalties, so we got to figure out how to fix that. Second, we got to make sure we're consistent every snap that way out there. We got to be consistent. And third, when we put our young kids in the game, our young kid have a responsibility of completing the game plan. We can't have drop-offs because we put the young kids in the game. We got to put the young kids in the game because we got to have game experience, and we got to have a team when these older kids leave here. So that's everything that we can fix, and we got to fix it as a coaching staff, and it starts with me, and we'll get it fixed. But we're looking for them to cut down on the penalties, be more consistent, win the middle eight, and then finish the game strong. So whoever we put out there, we put 11 on the field, we got to fight like tigers. Doesn't matter who's out there. If you're out there because we think you're responsible enough to be out there. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut it out. We're just going to stop putting them out there if they can't perform. And we'll see them in the spring, hopefully.